What's going on, people? It's Jaye the Black here. I am back with another video. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. You know, I want to talk about Amanda Seales. You know, I did a video addressing this whole Myron Rolle situation and how I felt like she was full of it in that video that I did in the previous video. And people are seeing that now. They are seeing that something is seriously mentally wrong with her, because now she is backtracking after she realized the ramifications of her statements and her putting Myron Rolle out there and talking about how he, you know, harassed her on the phone. And now she's backtracking and say that he never harassed her, that it was other women coming to her. Well, Amanda, they never would have came to you if you weren't on the Breakfast Club describing a guy that you had a weird encounter with. Amanda Seales does not like or respect black men who are like Myron Rolle. She will respect the ignorant black male who goes along to get along, who is not intelligent enough to not just seek to be an athlete or a rapper, even though Myron Rolle was an athlete. But he wanted to use his brain. He wanted to change lives. If you look at this guy's social media, you look at the people he's around, he seemed like a genuine dude, just on the outside. Nobody has a bad word to say about him. But you got disgruntled women who are in their feelings because Amanda realized that she couldn't get a guy like Myron Rolle. And in that instance, she held a grudge, and she took that grudge to the Breakfast Club. And that is why you got contacted, Amanda, because you were in your feelings when you realized that a guy like Myron Rolle, you could never get a guy like that. Okay? If you never were harassed on the phone, Amanda, why would you bring it up? Now, one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because one of my subscribers, one of my followers on Instagram, shout out to you, sent me a post from Black Sports Online that said that Amanda Seales lied about Myron Rolle harassing her. And then, you know, what was so coincidental about that is that you had this female, this black female who's not even black American. She's not she's not ADOS. I believe she's from somewhere on the coast of Africa. And she's one of these, you know, these first generation blacks. You know these black people. They have this disdain towards black men. They have feminist ideology. I've noticed with some of these chicks, they probably dated nothing but white dudes. They think the whole world's against them because they're dark skinned. And if you look at my Instagram, you will see why I reposted. This chick tagged me in an Instagram post. This is how triggered these particular heifers are. She tagged me in an Instagram post that went straight to my DMs. And she tagged my Instagram name, and she screenshotted the video that I made about Amanda Seales and Myron Rolle. Basically telling me that I was wrong for asking the question of why are women showing up at a hotel? And if a guy is, you know, in a towel or you know, whatever, then, you know, it is what it is. I never said that, for one. If you actually listen to my first video, I never said it was okay for dudes just be, you know, opening their doors and to be totally nude and things of that nature. I even said I'm not the type of guy to open the door with a towel on. I'm putting on some goddamn shorts or something. You know, misquoted me in the video, probably listened to a 2 minutes and got triggered to the point to where she's tagging me in her IG story, you know, promoting my video, which I appreciate. But it was annoying because I had just got sent a post saying Amanda Seales lied. So why are you, okay, tagging me the same day that it was put out there that this woman was lying? It's almost as if her super fans were were blaming me for her backtracking, even though the initial video, I believe, has 40,000 views, which y'all need to go and give it more views. You know, if they're triggered like this, go give it more views. But you're tagging me in posts on the same day we find out the chick is lying and she's backtracking. That's the type of mindset that super fans have. Amanda Seales, her fans are the type of fans that have this weird women empowerment mindset. Even though they can't keep a man, and they wonder why they can't keep a man. They want to blame white supremacy why they can't get a man or keep one. They're in a weird place. You got women. See, Amanda Seales wants to pass herself off as woke, pro-black, conscious, when really she's not that. She's an Oreo. She always was and always will be. Okay, she's never felt not comfortable. She's never really fit in with black people, but because she's well known now, she can fit in with black people. Okay, have y'all ever wondered, because Amanda Seales is not an ugly female, okay, have y'all wondered why she has not been able to keep a man? If you're so outspoken, you don't have to have your relationship secret. I mean, if you would stop lying on black men and trying to ruin their careers, you wouldn't have to worry about putting your relationships out there. Okay? And the thing is with Amanda Seales is that you didn't care at all about his career. You went off of what other people were telling you, but Amanda, you brought it up. You brought it up on the Breakfast Club. And then you went on IG and you couldn't wait to tell everybody who you were talking about. Because you were in your feelings, because you realized that all he wanted to do was smash. That's it. The fact that, he was able to contact you probably through DMs and get your number and talk to you. You really thought that this educated neurosurgeon wanted you. He wanted to be in a relationship with you. And then when you realized that that wasn't the case, you got in your feelings. You were like, how dare you not want to be in a relationship with me? That's why she said that she felt weird in the conversation. She felt weird in the conversation because she thought that because of how woke she was, she thought that that would impress Myron. But he wasn't impressed at all by that. He just wanted to hit it. He saw you in one of your one of your bikinis, one of your vacation pictures, and say, let me hit up, man. He ain't even care about the woke posts. He could care less about the woke posts. He just trying to go out, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. He not really taking you serious. That's why you got in your feelings. And this man career could have been really affected because in that line of work, your reputation is who you are as a doctor. And because you just couldn't contain yourself, let me tell you something, Amanda. If it wasn't no big deal from the get-go, why mention it to begin with? Now, you didn't mention his name on the Breakfast Club, but you described him enough for people to know who you were talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly why it is up to me and other black male content creators to really speak on what we have to deal with as black men when we curve these chicks. And how they can use what you do against you. They can try to ruin your reputation, ruin your career, turn people against you because they're in their feelings. If it wasn't a big deal, Amanda, why did you go on the Breakfast Club saying anything about it in the first place? It's because you wanted people to know. You wanted people to know. It's too many women out here fraudulently lying on men for whatever reason. We're seeing it more and more, and you should be ridiculed for that. You should be ridiculed. But there's going to be people that are going to give her a pass. Just like that black female who wants to tag me in her IG stories and talk and complain about me in my video. You need to check Amanda. But see, this is what happens with these females. They think in today's society they can't be checked. They can't, we can't really call them out on their BS. Amanda Seales needs to be called out. Amanda Seales tried to ruin this man's career because she was in her feelings, because in that very moment she realized no matter how woke she was, no matter how famous she was just another booty call. And he was not thinking about putting a ring on her finger. He was not thinking about that. And that is why she was so, upset to the point to where she wants to go and put it out there about Myron Rolle. She didn't put his name out there at first. I'm going to clarify that. But she did describe him enough for people to know who she was talking about. That's why those women contacted her. Women like this, people need to discredit them completely, because they're the type of people to get somebody locked up and put in jail. They're the ones to make false accusations. People like this need to be discredited. We don't need to be listening to people, but unfortunately there are people who are going to continue to listen to these idiots and really internalize what they're saying when they're not saying anything deep. What can any of y'all name anything that Amanda Seales has said that was deep, that really changed lives? Not a damn thing. But when you look at what Myron Rolle does, he changes lives every single day. That is the difference.